Childhood fears. Fear, an unpleasant emotion hardwired into all of us caused by something we deem dangerous. Having fears can be subjective to each individual person, but there are a lot of fears that we all share in common, especially when we were younger. So today, I'm going to be talking about some childhood fears a lot of us had in common. First off, let's just talk about having a fear of the dark. Now, if you're saying you never were scared of the dark as a kid, you're just lying, because this was definitely a top 1 fear of mine. There was just something so scary about being at the top of your basement staircase and staring down into the pitch dark void down there. In my mind, I thought every monster, ghost, or creature I could think of that was out to kill me was hiding in the depths of my basement of my house. And we would keep bottled water and snacks in my basement, so whenever I needed any of those, I had to go down there. And every time I'd always slowly walk down and be on full alert when I was down there, because I've watched enough horror movies to know that paranormal shit always starts or goes down in the basement. And once I got everything I needed, I'd wait at the light switch and mentally prepare myself for what was about to go down. I'd flick the light switch off and instantly start sprinting up the stairs, because I knew the instant I shut off the lights, a ghost was already behind me chasing me, trying to drag me back down into the darkness. And this doesn't only apply to my basement. When I was younger, I always had a nightlight on the inside of my room whenever I go to sleep, because I couldn't for the life of me sleep without it. I would be so uncomfortable without it, sleeping in pure darkness, thinking something's in my closet or under my bed. And I know you guys didn't like having your feet hanging out of your blanket, because I did not. I always thought at night someone would pull my legs down and I'd just be dead. And to this day, I'm still scared to look out my window at night, because I just know one of these days I'm gonna open my blinds and see a dark shadowy figure standing on the sidewalk staring right back at me. And for all I know, once I turn around, he's in my room. Hey, you could get out of my room, man. I'm not about to say it twice. You could get out. No? Aw, shit. Now let's talk about killer clowns. Now, if you were on the internet during 2016, you definitely remember the killer clown epidemic trend that was going around during the Halloween season. And it was basically a trend where a lot of people around North America would dress up as killer clowns and walk around at night trying to scare people, which led to people posting about it all over social media, and eventually even the news picked up on the story, which plunged it into the mainstream. And I remember during this time, everyone was filled with anxiety and fear, because to be honest, these people could have been dangerous. I vividly remember watching videos like top 10 killer clown sightings and actually being scared of them, cause damn, it was always recorded in the scariest setting, like a dark highway, and the clown is standing like in front of someone's car and walking up to it. Like, hell nah, dude. At that point, I'm running him over. He's asking for it. And it was all the craze when you go back to school. Everyone would talk about how scary it would be to actually see one in real life. And I remember I had a friend who was absolutely terrified of clowns. If she ever saw one, she'd run away and start seriously crying. Like, it was bad. Because one Halloween, someone came to school dressed as a killer clown, and when she saw that someone was dressed as one, she started bawling her eyes out nearly instantly. Now let's talk about loud noises. Now, growing up, I absolutely despised loud noises, especially thunder from when it would rain. I remember always plugging my ears whenever it would thunderstorm, or even jumping a little from hearing it, because I was scared it was gonna possibly strike me or hit my house or something. And I know the chances are extremely slim, being 1 in 15,300, or this percent, but still, just the thought of it was enough to scare me and give me a fear of thunder and lightning. So whenever it would start thundering and I was outside, that was my cue to get the fuck back home. And to be honest, to this day, I still don't really like thunder, but only when I'm outside. If I'm inside, we're chilling. I purposely leave my window open when it rains while I sleep. It's super relaxing. Another loud noise that would scare me a lot was the sound of jets flying. So every year in my city, there's an air show that takes place where military pilots fly these jets and do these formations and stuff in the air, and they make the loudest noise ever, and you could hear it across the entire city all day long. It sounds like a rocket taking off. But when I was younger, I hated the sounds these jets made, and it would make me cry because I thought the world was coming to an end and thought people in the jets were gonna drop bombs all over the city and kill us all. And yeah, I know, pretty dramatic, but I was young, cut me some slack. I thought the damn world was gonna end in 2012, man. I really did hate these jets, and to be honest, I still do to this day, because I've never went and actually seen the jets show. It's more of an annoyance than anything, because the first thing I wake up to is hearing the sound of these loud ass jets flying, and hearing it first thing when I wake up, my day's already ruined, man. Now let's talk about strangers. Now I know for a fact everyone's parents have told them to never trust strangers. Everybody knows the saying, stranger danger. But my mom definitely did and sort of hardwired it in my brain when I was younger, which is good advice, especially for children. But the type of strangers I was thinking about was dudes driving a free candy van or looked like murderers and serial killers. And obviously, no one's actually on the streets driving white vans that say free candy on it. But man, I just know I was always on the lookout for them just in case, because I was not trying to get kidnapped. Now let's talk about hell. Now when I was younger, I was really scared of doing something bad like swearing, being mean, or doing something that was a sin, because I was terrified that I was gonna go to hell for it when I died. And this is gonna sound really stupid, but this was all because I watched a Simpsons episode where they were talking about heaven and hell. And there was this one part where Homer's family was suffering in hell, and I just imagined myself in those shoes, and well, I did not want that to happen to me as well. So I made it my mission to stop using swear words and become a better person so I wouldn't have to be banished to the underworld when I died. It was bad, man. I legit had nightmares of being trapped in the pits of hell with scary demons all around me. And to be honest, probably after a week, I forgot all about it and stopped caring and went about my day normally. Now let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. Now dude, back in 2014 when Five Nights at Freddy's released and all the big gaming YouTubers like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye were playing it, I was so obsessed with the entire series. Like I used to watch every single video of them playing FNAF up to the 4th game. And I know everybody watched those game theory videos analyzing the lore of the game. I was deadass watching every single game theory upload on FNAF. Like shit, I damn near had a PhD in FNAF lore. I could probably explain the entire timeline if I wanted to. But there was this one video that truly scared the ever-living hell out of me, and it was this specific game theory video where he basically explained the lore of the first FNAF game and related it to an actual real-life murder case, where a man that was armed with a firearm killed 4 people working at a Chuck E. Cheese. And ever since hearing about the similarities of the case and the game, it made the game 10 times more creepy, and I was already scared of playing the game to begin with, because every time I'd watch someone on YouTube play it, I'd be hiding in the YouTube comment sections from the jump scares. Now we gotta talk about scary stories. Now I dabbled in a bit of scary stories in my free time, especially some books when I was younger, but I never really read books like Goosebumps or anything like that. It didn't really pique my interest as much, but I enjoyed reading this book called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and it was a book filled with multiple short stories in it to choose from, and I remember reading these books a lot of the time. Every time we go to the library, I already knew I was borrowing that book, and the best part was, it was a 3-book series, so even more stories to read. You know, you might think like, oh, how do you get scared from a book? That's stupid.
And the demon jumped out. Scary shit.
But like, trust me, once you read one and really immerse yourself in it, you'll understand. But the stories in the book really scared the living shit out of me because they included these creepy drawings of monsters in them. Like, please tell me you're not getting scared seeing this when you're in elementary school. Yeah, that's right. To be honest, the artwork still creeps me out to this day. But not only did they have these sort of drawings, if you actually read the books and didn't skim through them, they talked about some gruesome, dark stuff that a kid in elementary school most definitely shouldn't be reading about. You guys can find out for yourself. But I don't know why, as much as the books scared me, I was just eating these books up. I would reread them all the time. And this book series definitely piqued my interest in horror content in general. Now we gotta talk about social media. Now there's a lot of horror content on social media, and being young and using the internet, there's been many times where I've stumbled upon something scary. I know you guys remember that maze game where once you get to the end of it, you get jump scared by the girl from The Exorcist. Holy man, I remember doing that maze game and I got so scared from it, it made me genuinely scared to use the internet for weeks, because all I could think of was getting jump scared again somehow by browsing. And this other time, I was watching a Bayesian Canadian Minecraft Hunger Games video, and I was scrolling through the comments, and I saw someone posted a link to something, and you know, being curious, I clicked it, and all of a sudden I get jump scared and I hear loud static noises too, and I got so scared I physically jumped and quickly went to close the tab. And holy shit, dude, I don't think I've ever been more scared in my life than in that moment. That made me so scared to ever click on a random link ever again. And of course, you guys all know about these posts on Facebook that say like, send this post to 10 other people or this monster will be in your room tonight, or your mom's gonna die. Dude, reading these posts when I was younger had me stressing, because I really thought those things were really gonna happen. Like, of course I didn't want no monster in my room at night or a family member dying, so I would send them to everybody on my Facebook friends list, and looking back now, that was just so stupid. Hey, follow the socials. Anyways, I'm out. Bye!